hi. Welcome to Eleanor Grace, my Psychic Destiny show, live here on A1R, Psychic Radio, Moonstruck TV. Well, it's been a while since I've been live with you. So tonight it is in London. In the UK, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. And of course, in the States, it's various different times, 2 o'clock over in some of the territories, and 11 o'clock in the morning as well in LA. So welcome to the show. I know that I have a lot of followers, and you follow me on Facebook for my lives and also for all of the holistic events that we get involved in the UK. So do that. So check out my Instagram and Facebook pages on Eleanor Grace Psychic Evenings. You'll find lots and lots of stuff there and interesting articles as well. So I hope you can do that. And, as always, what we all want is followers and likes and shares and all the rest of it. So do your thing. Now, today, I'm using my Iranian purple and gold Victorian cards. I'll also be using my angel cards, which are lovely. I like to use these. These are oracle cards, so this really does just show you a little bit about what the message is coming through, maybe from spirit, from your higher guides, what I can see around you in a clairvoyant way. And of course, as always, I'll be using my crystal. Now, this is a pure quartz crystal ball. I'm just going to illuminate this a little bit so that you can see it. And it really does bring through those lovely aquamarine shades. Can you see those in the crystal? And that's healing energy. So all of you therapists out there, practitioners, healers, really you should be trying to move along and use this aquamarine energy from a quartz crystal ball, pure rock quartz crystal, not glass, has got to be rock crystal from the earth, but it's easy to get. And once you have a hold of one of these, then you can see all of the illuminated aquamarine light, which is brilliant. And we can use this for our readings, and we'll be doing those live readings very soon. And with callers coming in, we do go all over the world, I mean, it really is quite special, but you can see there the inflections in the crystal, and you can also look right into the center of the crystal ball. And if you do so, then you're really seeing through the crystal, and that's how to scry the crystal. And scrying is a very, very old-fashioned term. So now we've got Mindy in Pasco, Washington on the line. Hello, Mindy. Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yes, really good, really good. I've got my quartz crystal ball up here on screen. You may be able to see it if you're watching live. And Mindy, I'm going to use the crystal for your reading here, along with a couple of cards. So I'm looking straight into the center of the crystal here, Mindy. And it's really quite fascinating because what I can see is a little bubble, and this is taking you to another location, another space. I feel that you'll be moving on, that there's a leap ahead for you, that you really do have to take a sort of a leap of faith, close your eyes and, just jump forward and think, well, wherever I land is where I land, and that's going to be the right place for me. Now, this can be symbolic. It doesn't have to be a physical move, but it will be happening in your life. And this is something that I think comes into the esoteric area of your world as well. So this is about healing properties and you gathering yourself together again after quite a tumultuous time, really quite a rather extraordinary time. And this goes back to around about September, early October, and that's where I want to take your memory back to, cast your memory back to that time, because the developments since then will have been quite significant. You've gone through sort of a metamorphosis where you've shed your outer layers and you've emerged somebody new and quite perfect as well. But I think it's a bit scary for you, Mindy. I think that you know that you have changed internally and that you want different things now, but I don't think anybody else does. I don't think you've communicated that very well to those that are close around you, but you are taking the move forward. Very important that you do that as well. So bringing you into full view here. I think you've sort of been in the shadows for quite a long time. Do you agree with that, Mindy? Do you agree with the situation, that you find yourself in, which is, okay, this is my personal secret perhaps, but even so, it's important to me. So keep going. Now, let me just take that down and let's bring through a couple of cards, Mindy, because this will just give you a little bit of a time scale on what you should do. Yeah, I thought so. This is the first card that you've got here, Mindy. It's the Tower. Now, most people who know about the tarot think, oh my goodness me, it's the Tower, everything's all destroyed and, never going to be good again. But in your situation, it's absolutely the right card, because what you are finding now is that you really do have to sort of get rid of everything that is dead wood, all the old stuff, throw it away, get it out, and this is also very indicative of moving and physically taking your limited personal things with you. Again, that can be symbolic, but it's traveling light so that you're not burdened with all the past, all the old things that really would have weighed you down quite significantly. So I feel that it's letting go of people that perhaps were important to you, but also places as well and certain memories, and renewing yourself. So going back to end of September, October to now, that 6-month period has been a transition. So separation of ties is your next card, where you do feel as though you have to unburden yourself. So have you parted company here, Mindy, with some friends, family or a partner? Is there been this sort of, I'm going on in my life? What's happened there with you?
Has there been parting in my life? Is what you're saying? Is there people
Yeah,
parted?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I've parted from my kid. Well, I haven't tried to part from my kids, but they've been ripped away from me, and so it's
Ah,
best that we retreat for now.
so it's your children that is this great loss, this
Yeah.
sense of, yeah, yeah. I knew that it was massive because it was in your
Yeah.
crystal right in the center, and it was like complete devastation, your heart torn, and this great big gulf, it's like this cavity that swallowed you up and made you feel, oh, I don't know, completely devastated. However, you have new beginnings that are here. Don't fret. I think by the time you've gone a full year, this is a timescale card. This is coming through for October this year, 2023. And by the time you've gone that full year, everything changes for you. And I think it's positive and it's really good news. So let me take another card. Yeah. Are you worried about a daughter in particular?
Yeah, I feel like my kid's father, because my sister was murdered, and I think that he murdered her, and then he got custody of my kids, and he's since then alienated me from my
Yeah.
kids, and so
So
that's
it's
what
a
I'm
classic.
struggling with.
Okay, so it's a classic bully, isn't it? Intimidating and controlling, and somebody who, really wants his own way. That's a terrible burden to live with, though, if you feel so strongly that he murdered your sister. He's not been
I do.
convicted? It's not being convicted of that, though, yet? No.
No. Nobody's leaving. He's got a sister-in-law who's an attorney, so they're not even. They let him get
Okay.
away with abusing my kids and doing all. I mean, A
Right.
lot of stuff
Okay.
he's gotten away with.
Let's
And
see
they've
if we
charged
can.
me with crimes over the whole thing. I've gotten
Oh
charged
dear.
because I've tried to protect my kids.
Let's see if we can get some help for you. Well, here we've got some different scenarios that are coming into view. This is a partner, I feel, a new man by your side who I think is giving you strength and bringing comfort to you. Now, this is around you now in this month of the year. So are you with somebody new, or have you met anybody new? Because this is an energy
Yeah,
that is very helpful. Okay. That's what I think is your sort of saving grace in a way, because you have got that support. So he will be the one that really moves you forward and talks on your behalf and gives you that sort of comfort. Now, we've got here you. This is you. This is a picture of you, and you've got money around you, and you've also got some very sort of different energies that I can see here, Mindy. And this is about you taking a different stand. I feel that you will have help and support that is being brought to you. And I think with regard to your children, in particular your daughter, I do feel that they will be unharmed. There's no harm that is going to come to them. They are being protected and looked after by the angels, but this is you. And money does seem to be a consideration in everything that happens around your life at the moment. Is that true? Are you finding that finances are restrictive and that you're feeling trapped, that you can't really do a lot unless you've got finances and much more money in place? Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah. Money is coming. It's being brought to you. I feel that there's a soul in spirit around you anyway. There's pennies from heaven here. There's money and coins, gold coins, that are being dropped in your future path. So you are going to be able to get some boosts here financially, and that's really what you need, because money and will support you, will support your circumstances, your situation, and will actually provide you with answers. So just trust in this process now. Don't get upset. Use the energy that you have to fight and to really connect with the right people, because the truth always comes out. In the end, it always comes out. It's not such a big cover up. Don't believe that. Don't believe all of the circumstantial stuff that is being put out there, but just try and go to the heart of the matter. This, I feel, is what your sister is saying. She's around you. There's also the initial of E, which seems to be very important to you. Do you have a soul in spirit with that initial, Mindy?
what letter is it? E?
E, yeah, E. No,
Um,
not that you can think of.
no.
Okay, look for the initial E then in your pathway, because it's an initial that is being given to me. I feel as though it's a lady. I feel as though it's Elizabeth, quite a long name, and that you will have some support that is being given to you. So check out authorities. Don't just leave things and be unhappy. Fight. You need to fight now. Right is on your side, and the truth is coming out for you. Money will be sent to you. I feel that that's going to be what you need in order to make this fight go a little bit stronger, a little bit further forward. I do wish you the best. I hope you've enjoyed your reading and enjoy your
Yeah.
relationship, because that's going to uplift you and bring you
Oh,
closer. By October this year, one full year, I think that things will have changed that much. You will have a strong connection with your children. It will be better. You won't be quite so isolated. So I'm wishing you all the best. Thank you for calling in to the
oh,
show,
God bless you.
Mindy.
Thank you.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure. I'm just going to welcome Catherine now. Hello there. Catherine, are you on the line?
I am. Thank you so much for taking my call.
That's
Or for
my
calling.
pleasure, my pleasure. Yeah. Okay, so Catherine, let's have a look at you. I'm going to go to the crystal ball again. This is lovely, this one here today. It's my rock crystal. Let's see what we can see in your crystal ball. So here we go. We've got a solid picture, I feel, of you, Catherine. I'd like to see you sort of very close to the earth. I don't know whether you're an earth sign or, but I've got you pounding the earth. So you might be walking, running, jogging, but it's that sound of the earth being fresh under your feet. Now, symbolically, this does mean that you are literally treading on new ground. That's important for you to know, because the new ground for you holds a new dimension, I feel. I think that you're quite psychic as well, Catherine, that you have more powers perhaps than you realise, but I've got dimensions. So there will be a need, I think, for you. Just put that down again a moment. I think there's a need for you, Catherine, to focus your energy onto the things that are good for you. Because I have you able to look at different dimensions. So you're clever, you're able to look through people to see and transcend the dimensions of life as well. So have you had that experience where you feel as though you need to, pound the earth so you can ground your energy so that anxieties disappear, so that you don't feel as though you're a bit sort of out of it sometimes, being able to connect yourself psychically and to have, some spirit around you. Have you felt that experience, have you, Catherine?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. And particularly in your dreams, does that come through in your dreams too? Right. Well, at the moment, I've got you feeling quite trapped here, not quite knowing what to do with some of those energies that are abound, really, the energies that are around you. But that, I think, is just going to be sorted out once you have sorted out your emotions. Your emotions are in turmoil at the moment, and that's because of this person here. I feel that there is somebody here who is making you either work very, very hard for his attention, or really trying to undermine you a little bit. Is that happening, Catherine? Are we correct there in just trying to pinpoint this sort of anxious energy that I'm connecting to, this sort of undermining feeling, and also great sense of loss? There's a male in spirit as well around you. I feel that this is a father, grandfather, because it's coming quite a long way here. When I see spirit, I invite them into my room, and this is a male that is here, quite strong person, but goes back in ancestors to you. So I've asked you a few questions now, so let's just clarify where we are. Firstly, do you feel as though you're anxious because of a partner? Are you being undermined by a partner? Is there some, negative energy going on here where you're not really feeling as though you're in your rightful place, or you're being loved enough or cared for enough? Is that true, Catherine?
I'm in a partnership, and he's really wonderful to me, but he's in a tough situation himself.
Is
and
he?
so there is some uncertainty, yeah.
So that's what I'm connecting to then, that he is anxious himself, and that's something that perhaps is nothing to do with how you feel for one another, but may actually translate into how your beneficial partnership and relationship is progressing. Because when we're happy and when we're in love and when we're, doing things in the right way, then we progress very quickly and we get an awful lot of things done. But I feel as though you're sort of stuck there. So this male in spirit then, is your father passed over, is he?
No, my father's still with us on the earth.
So it's grandfather then I'm connecting to. You didn't know him, no? I don't think you knew him.
If his grandfather, I knew him.
There's somebody here that I don't think you knew. So I'm just you'll think about that. There's an L, initial of L, that I'm seeing that's being written all around you. It's in your crystal as well. So just be thinking, asking your family, because maybe there's love that is being given to you, and I think protection around you as well. And because you have that psychic connection yourself, you are actually connecting through to spirit and bringing those spirits forward. So it's likely to be a spirit guide that I feel you've already connected to, but you don't know. So this is an ethereal energy, not necessarily an ancestor or a blood relative, but somebody that you belong to in your soul group. And when you have a soul group message, it's very powerful, very strong, it's very special as well, because it connects you very thoroughly right the way through to those angelic forces as well. Let me just bring you, are you there still, Catherine? Yeah. Just ask your angels. This is what you're being given here. So I feel that this is something that you can do, and you can do this quite easily. Um, so I'm just saying that we've got the card here from the angels. Ask the angels. This is your angelic card. It's really quite special, Catherine. I feel quite excited for you, because at any time, if you just meditate a little bit, perhaps just before you go to sleep at night or at a quiet time, and just think about your angels, they're going to come through. So I feel that your spirit guide is with you now and taking you forward. Do you want to ask a question from your guides, from your angel guides? And let's see what they are going to say directly here to you. What do you think?
Thank you. Yes, I would like to. I'm curious about my career situation, about my financial security at the moment.
Okay, let's look at your finances first, shall we? And let's see what is there. So let's.
I want to know if this love relationship that I'm in, I feel like he's the love of my life. I want to know if we're going to last.
Right. Okay. So we've got 3 questions there. We've got relationship, we've got your financial security, and also your career and your success, your prosperity. So let's see what we can do. Well, he's very protective of you, your man, and he sort of puts himself in the position where he wants to look out for you, surrounding you with support and with love. I think you have to be aware that he does get anxious, and there is this, stronger overriding instinct that he has as a man to really take the lead and would expect you to follow. If you're happy with that balance, then yes, this is going to last and go very, very well. If you want to assert yourself too much, then I think you may have an issue. So you need to look at that carefully in what it is that you want, because often it's about a power play in relationships. Who is the most significant and important? So at the moment, he is your leader and you will be really following him, but more on an equal footing. He will protect you, and that's a strong man, but strong man also has a strong ego, and that's where the anxiety is coming in for him. You can help him a lot. You can benefit him by bringing in your own psychic connections, your own energies. Your empathy is very strong, and so you will raise him up. And that's what you need to do. Bring in confidence to him, and then the balance will flow. You'll be correct. Now, your next card here, 5 of Pentacles. So again, this is the angel that I've said is coming in. The number 5 is very protective. It's also a timescale card for you. That's May this year. So in the month of May this year, you will find that your relationship is blossoming and you are feeling as though you've got things very, very much where you want them to be. So that's very special as well. Career, you've got a new position that I feel is here for you. I think that you've got to take on board something new and retrain or add in to your existing experience, your existing talents and also qualifications, which are going to mean the world to you. The Wheel of Fortune is here. This is a time of change. You will have transitioned, I've said already, to May, and that is a time when everything begins to sort of blossom. It's your spring, it's your springtime. It's very good. And money as going to flow between you. I feel there will be business activities with you and your partner, and I feel that that's going to be where the amount of money that you are seeking is in fact going to be brought to you. So it's time to think about how you may adapt to the world of business and self-employment. That I feel is where you should be in the longer term. So keep going with the day job and look for perhaps some more lucrative openings in your career path. Money, let's look at this. Let's look at money. Is that going to be brought to you?
It's very sad to get forced into an early retirement from a job that I love.
Okay.
And finding a job, I'm struggling at it, but
don't struggle. Look at this. You've got abundance here. It's the best card that you can get from the angels, from your angel guide. So there is a higher guide that's around you. I think that you are meant to change. It sounds a bit silly, doesn't it, when somebody's happy and they just don't dare blossoming where they are. But when things are forced upon us, then it's a jolt. It's a big, come on, you can do more than this. You can do better than this. You can use everything that you've got at the moment and redefine yourself, redefine your future, and also redefine where your life is going to take you. But it's not just you, is it? It's both of you. So let's just finish here onto the crystal ball and let's just look at those lovely hues of aquamarine and lilac. And if you're watching now, Catherine, then just take in the colours of the crystals. I bring them very much closer now to you, and also look long and hard into the centre of the crystal as we finish our show today with me, Eleanor Grace, and our Psychic Destiny show. And we'll make a wish, shall we? All of you can make a wish. Just blow onto the crystal ball. Send your wish out into the universe. There we go. And I'll say goodbye. Thank you for being with us today. I'm Eleanor Grace, and I will see you next week at the same time. Bye for now. Bye.